Welcome students. So let's continue from the parts of lathe. So we already know three parts. What we know is we know the headstock. So this part. So this is where the entire movement of the lathe is being housed. So one thing to note here is that you will be fixing your workpiece here. Workpiece is nothing but whichever material I am going to machine. For example, if I am machining a cylinder like this, so then this will be my workpiece. So it will be cylindrical in cross section. So this will be my workpiece. Then I should have a tool. A tool is nothing but it is like your knife, which I am using to cut it. So a tool will be like this. So what it will do is it will move in this direction. Tool will move like this, and it will do what? It will remove material from the workpiece. So that's the use of the tool and the workpiece. So tool will be actually mounted in this tool holder. So tool, one minute, sorry. So this tool holder will mount your tool and the workpiece will be mounted in your headstock. There is a particular part called a spindle. So we'll see in the upcoming slides. That is where the workpiece will be mounted. Then there is a cross slide. Cross slide is nothing but this setup. It is where the tool post will move to and fro. It will move like this to and fro. But the rotation takes place in the headstock. Then the tailstock we already know. Then there is a base, uh, lead screw, feed rod. These things are used for moving the tool post. Tool post can only move to and fro and in the side direction. So it can move like this in the sideways and also it can move to and fro. So it is actually having a axis of two movement. So it's a two movement axis. It can move in this direction and also it can move in this direction. But the workpiece will rotate. So we can say that this has three axes. So one rotation, one translation as well as another movement. Three different rotations are possible. But if you take the tool itself, tool can only move in two directions. Workpiece can only rotate. So that's regarding the movement and other things. So now let's see each part one by one, detailed. Detailed, we'll see how each part works. So the first thing we will see is a lathe bed. So lathe bed is the body of the lathe. For example, if you take an automobile or a two-wheeler, car or a two-wheeler, it will have a base, the tire, then there will be a base, chassis we will call it. It is a very strong part which will uh, take the load from everything. So similarly, this lathe bed is a part where every object in the machine running part, moving part will be housed. So it's a very important part and should be very heavy and rugged. So the next part is actually the headstock which I was talking about. It will house all the moving parts, and also one thing I told about the spindle. So if you see here, this part is actually the spindle. The spindle is where the workpiece will be housed. So this will house the workpiece and it will enable the rotation of the workpiece. The next part actually is a gearbox. So this is inside the headstock. So this headstock, inside the headstock, there will be this gearbox. So if you see in our two-wheeler or four-wheeler, we will be having a gearbox. So what's the purpose of this gearbox? To vary the speed as well as vary the torque. For example, if you are climbing a hill, which gear you will be going? You will be going in a second gear. If you are going on a flat highway, then if you are increasing the speed, if you are going above 50 kilometers per hour, then you will manually switch it to a fifth gear. So that is how the speed variation takes place. Here also, there is a gearbox to vary the speed. We can vary the speed for different operations. For example, if you need to do facing or turning, you can do it in a very high speed. But if you need to do threading, uh, also knurling, so those operations has to be performed in slower speeds. So that speed can be adjusted using this gearbox. Then there is a carriage. So this is the part where the tool post and everything will be housed. So this entire setup is movable. It will be housed here. So this thing, this part, oh, wait. So this setup is what I'm talking about. This setup is what I'm talking about. This cross light. So this is housed inside the carriage. So this part, this particular part, this is actually called as the carriage. This thing is what is explained in the next slide. If you watch closely, this setup is actually on the top of the carriage. It's used for moving the workpiece to and fro. Sorry, moving the tool to and fro. So this entire thing is shown here. So this is a tail stalk. So this tail stalk can be used for checking the center of the workpiece, and also it can be used to do drilling operations. So now let's give a total summary. So what are the parts we discussed till now? Headstock houses the entire setup of the movement. Workpiece will be held there. Then there is your tool post, which will hold the tool. Then there is your tail stock. Rest of the things are housed in these three parts. So thank you, students. We'll see you in the next lecture video.